coast to coast, it's your hosts, the Lombardi Leap and Mersey FB. This is Beyond the Frozen Tundra.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, the Lombardi Leap, here with Mersey FB. Let's talk Packers football. Kind of defeating some of our giants, so to speak. Pun intended there, as the Packers come out on top, 27-20 over the Giants. I mean, it was a little bit closer than I expected, but not you.
I was pretty closer on the score prediction, yeah. Hey, I got my defensive player right, too.
Who was your defensive player again?
Carrington Valentine.
You said he was going to get an interception, and he was gifted like 3 or something like that.
I said pass breakups, too. And he got those. Bought a technicality. He should have caught them, but...
Yeah, I guess that's one way to get your passes defended. Your PDs is to drop interceptions.
Like, I was expecting it to be a close game because it's Jameis, and you just never know with him.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. He played well, and, I mean, they took the ball first, which I was kind of surprised because normally the thing now is to obviously defer until the second half, but they wanted to get Jameis Winston going, and the Packers defense led up a first drive touchdown. First time all year. And go figures, it has to be against Jameis Winston, you know. And one of the big issues, which I think we'll get into later, that kind of reared its ugly head again, was the defensive tackle room and their inability to stop the run.
Yeah. Well, Warren on Twitter after the game said it was like playing on concrete for him.
Yeah, and I can't. And I guess we'll talk about. I mean, the field. I think we should just talk about the field right now. To be honest, like MetLife is probably the second worst stadium. Yeah, outside of like FedEx.
Yeah,
like realistically, it literally just looks like plastic covered concrete.
Yeah, so MetLife turf horrible.
The wind bad.
Yeah,
terrible. It was like 15 mile per hour wind with like 20 up to 25 mile per hour gusts, apparently.
Oh, I heard 40 mile per hour gusts.
Even worse.
But like sustained was like 20 or like 15 to 20 miles per hour sustained, and then the gusts were quite high. So it would make kicking difficult.
Yeah, way to set our kicker up to fail. Special teams, I swear.
It's so bad.
I mean, we can get into special. You want to get into special teams first? Because I feel like this is kind of like, it's still an elephant in the room.
Oh, it's definitely an elephant in the room. But like, other than the kicking, like I didn't think it was like that bad.
So there is a stat out there that is out of like the minimum of 20 return attempts. You know,
I think it was a lower minimum.
11. Is it 11? Maybe it's like 10 or 11. Anyways.
Because I don't even think Keyshawn's done it that often this season.
Maybe it's 10. It's got to be 10. I feel like it was 10. Minimum of 10 return attempts. Romeo Doubs, who is it? It's Romeo Doubs. It's Keyshawn Nixon, and I think Bo Melton. If they were 45th, 46th, and 47th.
They were the bottom three.
Yeah, it's absolutely insanely horrible. Like, at this point, I like Malik Heath. I think that Malik Heath, who was out due to a coach's decision, unfortunately. I think Malik Heath is a lot of Romeo Doubs, but Jordan Love just likes Romeo Doubs more. And that's kind of why I wish they would have traded Romeo Doubs, but that's, again, I'm not going to go down that rabbit trail. My point here is I said this before multiple times. Like, if you're going to keep Romeo Doubs, I don't see a point in keeping Malik Heath. And they could have, there's plenty of punt returner, kick returner, something that they could go get. Like, realistically, there's a couple that you could bring in here, because Malik Heath doesn't really play special teams, unlike Bo Melton. And Bo Melton's your backup corner too, and / wide receiver. He's budget Travis Hunter, in essence, is what he is.
He is a budget or wish.com Travis Hunter.
Yeah, exactly. But to be fair though, Bo Melton has more 100-yard games, receiving games, than Travis Hunter in the NFL.
He's
So
also
there's
played
that.
more games, but
Well, we won't go into that. It's semantics. So, like, I understand why keeping Bo Melton and he's a great special teams gunner. Malik Heath doesn't play special teams. I don't see a point in keeping Malik Heath. I don't know who's making the decisions here. I don't know if it's a Matt LaFleur thing, if it's a Rich Bisaccia thing. I don't know what's going on there. I don't like it. I don't understand it. I kind of want. I think with the disciplinary action that took place, we're assuming it's a disciplinary action, but Matt LaFleur did refuse to elaborate on it. He just said he's happy to see Malik Heath at work on Monday. So we'll see what happens there. And on top of that, too, like with the kicking thing, everybody wants to like talk about Havarisk say, "Oh, get rid of the substitute teacher." I do think that Havarisk is better than McManus.
Has he kicked outdoors before prior to that game?
Well, I mean, all week in practice, but
Yeah.
no, I don't really think so. He's primarily kicked in a dome. But my issue is again, I've said this in a previous episode. We could have had this figured out weeks ago. You should have rested McManus for another game. Havarisk could have kicked outdoors, and you could have figured out, oh, okay, he can do this. Or, maybe he is an indoor kicker only.
I would agree with that. Yeah. What they did with the injury management up to this point is malpractice. And
Yeah,
should be considered a fireable offense as a special teams coordinator, but unfortunately we aren't so lucky.
Yeah, and it is the middle of the season. And then my second thing with like Havarisk too is when was the last time he kicked? Like in a game?
Arizona?
Yeah, Arizona. So he's been kicking in practice like every other day.
Probably missing kicks all the time too.
Well, I feel like that would have been reported on though. Like
Yeah.
that would have been explicitly said, and nobody said anything about it.
No. Prior to kicking in New York, it was 3 weeks since he would have last kicked.
So okay, so they don't let him kick in a game for 3 weeks, and then they decide, let's have you kick in one of the hardest stadiums to kick in on plastic covered concrete with 15 mile per hour winds and like 40
When it's
mile per
cold
hour
out.
wind gusts.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's cold up. And on top of that, your long snapper is going to try to shove the ball through your skull like a rocket on a couple snaps.
Yeah, that's bad. It didn't let Whelan get like the laces away from the foot.
Yep. No, laces towards the foot. Yeah, on one of them too. So on one of them he shanked. He had to kick on the lace. He had to kick the laces.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness. And people are like, "Oh, we don't want the substitute kicker back." I'm like, dude,
McManus would have struggled with that one too.
I said McManus probably would have missed both because of his leg hurting. It's just the whole process is messed up with special teams.
For a bright spot, Whelan did really well punting it.
Whelan's the only bright spot. Like I say this,
He has been the
Whelan's
only bright spot.
Whelan is a Pro Bowl punter, and Bo Melton is an underrated special teams gunner. Like he really is. Like, that is absolutely his bread and butter because a lot of times when Whelan kicks it,
He outkicks the coverage, yeah, but Melton's there in a flash. It helps that Melton runs like a 4-3.
yeah, exactly. So that's why Melton's on this team.
No, it's great. Anybody fighting for a roster spot, play special teams. Just work your butt off on special teams, and you will make NFL rosters more often than not.
Yeah, 100%. And speaking of like working your butt off, now that we've ranted special teams into the win, I want to give one dude on the offense a special shout out. And I think he's a very underrated player. I was a big fan of when the Packers signed him off of the Miami Dolphins practice squad, and this dude is forever going to earn a roster spot because of what he does. That's Chris Brooks.
Yeah. Well,
That dude-
I said this a couple weeks ago, is that he needs to play more while the offensive line struggles, so Jordan has more time to pass.
That dude is a dog in pass blocking, or just blocking in general. Like he blocks as well as an NFL guard. To be
Yeah.
entirely honest, He's so good at what he does.
It's so interesting too when you see him in pass protection. The way he has his feet, like he's got the wide base, he anchors down, doesn't get bowled over. Like he knows how to play leverage.
Yeah, he just man, and like he's an ideal short yardage back. I think he's a very underrated running back on this roster. I understand why he's there, and I hope that he's kind of like he's also like a fullback too. You know,
A little
just
bit, yeah.
like with what he does. So I love the fact that he's a part of the team. I definitely think he's going to be here for another couple of years, but we'll kind of have to see here because I know he's a free agent at the end of the year. But to get in some stats here, Jordan Love, 13 for 24, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Malik Willis was in for a little bit here, huh?
Yeah,
because
I'm
of-
glad he played so well when he came in. He didn't look like rattled or anything.
No, it's gonna stink when he's gone next year because like there's just no chance he comes back. I think he.
Get ready to learn Matt LaFleur Reclamation Project Nico I can't say his last name. Amaliva?
What do you mean? We're
I
trading for
will-
Anthony Richardson.
Or maybe Anthony Richardson. Get ready to learn one of those 2 reclamation projects for him.
For real. Then Malik Willis, 2 for 2, 6 yards, 1 touchdown. Josh Jacobs actually tied the leading rusher. He was having a good game till he went down. He just has a knee contusion, so there's no structural damage to the knee. But he was 7 carries, 40 yards, 5.7 yards per carry, which is really good for him.
That's
Emmanuel
good.
Wilson stepped up, 11 carries, 40 yards, 3.6 yards per carry, 1 touchdown there. Our leading wide receiver, Romeo Dobbs, 8 targets, 4 receptions, 53 yards, no touchdowns. Christian Watson, the dude of the day, my guy who I picked to have a good game. 4
at you
catches,
go.
46 yards, 11.5 yards per catch, and 2 touchdowns there. And Savion Williams with a freak of nature. Like his reminiscing back to his TCU days, like his contested catch there. 1 catch for 33 yards. I definitely have to shout that out because that was a really, really good play on both Jordan Love and Savion for making the most of that. Overall, though, I kind of feel like the offense was called better, and this was one of Matt LaFleur's better play calling games recently, especially.
Yeah, it was definitely like one of his better games that he called this season. I would put it up there with the Lions and the Commanders games. And to an extent, the Steelers game was really good too.
Yeah, the Steelers game was good in the second half, especially.
Yeah, you got to talk about the elephant in the room for the offense. Drops came back, and they came back big. 5 in the first half alone.
Yeah, well, they came back from the players that I expected them to come back in.
Yeah.
I mean, people tend to forget that Romeo Dobbs had a almost 10% drop rate last year. And then Wicks had one, but it was a hard catch. Like,
The Musgrave ones were like inexcusable.
yeah, the tight ends, I kind of expect the tight ends to drop just because they went from hardly playing any snaps because Tucker Kraft is who he is.
To have to play everything, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, Romeo had bad drops. Like it hit him square in the hand, and he just couldn't come up with it.
And they kept shoving the ball down his throat. It reminds me of, you know what it reminds me of? Last year?
Go for it.
Wicks. Because they did this to Wicks last year.
Yeah.
Like Wicks kept dropping the ball. And I understand confidence thing. You know, I get it. Save it for practice or something like that. Like, I want to win the game. Stop shoving the ball down a guy's throat who keeps dropping the ball. Like, there's just no reason that Romeo Dobbs should get more targets than Matthew Golden or Christian Watson, especially given what Christian Watson can do. And like Christian Watson, oh my goodness, this game. Like, when you target him, like, he goes up and gets the ball. He's even like, in my opinion, he's gotten better at going up to get the ball too, you know?
I think I think he's realized like I'm 6'4", 220. I will just
Yeah,
I'm bigger and
225.
stronger than you. Oh yeah, 6'4", 225. I'm bigger and stronger than you.
Get off me, little boy, is what he's doing now. And that was between that catch was between 2 defenders too. He
Oh, it was
said,
a
"This
great
is
catch.
mine." It was. It was a great catch with a great throw. Like, Jordan Love was dropping dimes.
Ethical hoops, even though he had probably like 7 drops from his receivers.
Yeah. Yeah, even though he only ended up with like 174 yards throwing, like,
Would have gone over 200 with the drop,
Yeah.
like if they didn't drop it. Because those, God, I hate to rag on the guy, but the Romeo ones were brutal.
the Romeo ones
Like,
were brutal.
They were downfield, like first downs, that if he caught it, we keep the drive alive. But most of they were just drive killers.
Yeah, they really were. And again, it's on Matt LaFleur. I don't care how much chemistry he has with this quarterback. You drafted a wide receiver at round 1, and you
Time to use him?
hardly see. Yeah, you hardly see him out there with Christian Watson, which makes
Yeah.
0 sense to me. I mean, there was one target where Matthew Golden looked the wrong way. That's a rookie mistake, 100%. It was on a deep shot to the right side. And
That ball was also a little underthrown. Like there was a defender right there with him.
No,
Are we talking about a different play?
I think we're talking about a different play.
There was one where it was a deep throw, which I'm talking about, which was, I think, towards Jordan's left in the end zone. The ball was 2 or 3 yards behind him, and he couldn't get back to it because the defender just kind of ran through him. And
And then he got a DPI. Yeah, you got
Oh,
a
there was a
DPI
flag?
there.
Oh, there was
Yeah.
a flag. Okay,
Yeah,
So
DPI
I'm
on that.
talking about the DPI.
Yeah, so he did
Sorry.
get a DPI there because Golden, smart play, saw it was short, adjusted, turned around to go back to it.
And the
And
defender
drew the
never got his
PI.
head around. Yeah.
Yeah, drew the PI. The second one was it was to Jordan's right, and he was going up the right sideline, and Golden looked left to try and to locate the ball when Jordan
Yeah.
Love threw it in front of him towards the sideline, and Golden had him dead to rights. If he would have looked the right way, it probably would have been a touchdown or
Yeah.
at least a very, very large gain.
That's just a rookie thing. Like he never had to do that at Texas with Quinn because Quinn couldn't get it to him.
He was expecting it to be I think he was expecting it to be underthrown because the last one was underthrown.
Yeah.
And Ewers would underthrow it all the time too. So I 100% get that. So it makes sense there a little bit. And again, that also comes with not being targeted that much because you're throwing it to Romeo Doubs way too much.
That is true.
But-
one more thing with Watson, he is such a good blocker, and he just plays tough. On the Wiley touchdown catch,
Yeah.
he blocked Holland with a legal pick play, and just leveled Holland.
I hate to burst your bubble here, but on Monday, Matt LaFleur said that wasn't intentional.
Ah.
I know, but it worked.
Okay, well, it might have been not intentional in the play design, but Watson could have seen it and been like, "Hey, I can do this."
I'm not gonna lie though, the fact that Watson still did that, like, he is stronger, 100% stronger.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Watson he's an elite. I think he's an elite wide receiver. You're seeing him progressively grow into that role. He's definitely going to get extended again in the offseason. 100%.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah.
100%.
Probably around 20, 25 mil, but we'll talk about that another day. I mean, overall, offense, I hope they continue this momentum as we head into Minnesota because you're praying that Brian Flores different defense is going to bring a lot of blitzes, so it's going to be interesting to see. We'll talk about that episode on Friday as the Vikings come into Lambeau. But let's talk about the defense here. I mean, I know that the Giants scored 20 points, but it was a pretty banged up Giants offense scoring 20 points. And as Drew Brees said, Tigers can't stop the run at all. And when I mean they can't stop the run at all, they literally cannot stop the run at all. And they really couldn't stop the run. I mean, what is it? Tyron Tracy Jr., 19 carries, 88 yards. Devin Singletary had 44 yards. Jameis Winston, 3 carries for 10 yards. I think that tush push, the Winston shuffle, whatever it was, on
Yeah.
like fourth, he ended up getting like 10 yards just there.
I think they should have blown that dead much quicker. Oh, wait. No, there's a different play that I'm thinking of again. Oh, I'm so confused today. There was a play where the pile, like, where everyone was piled up. They should have blown that dead. That's my pet peeve, is just when as soon as everyone gets to the pile, just blow it dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I think what we do see is a lack of size at defensive tackle for us, and the size that we do have struggles with anchoring sometimes.
Well, what I noticed, and I'd have to go back and watch it again, but there were a couple times where Warren Brinson was in there with Colby Wooden.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
And well, guess who they were running at though?
Colby Wooden,
Yeah.
because he's 296-ish. Like, he's stupid light for the position.
He can't get off a block.
Yeah.
Like he really can't get off a block, and he's probably the weakest. Realistically, he is I think he's the weakest link on the defensive line, and I think that's evident because even when he's
And
out
he's
there
the one
with,
who's playing the most, it feels like sometimes. Like, I think he
Yeah.
gets the most defensive snaps for us.
yeah, I think they're just relying on Micah Parsons and the missing man Rashawn Gary to get home.
Yeah.
Which, fun fact of Rashawn Gary, in the first half of the game, JJ Nigbari had more snaps than Rashawn Gary. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
definitely not trending in the right direction for Rashawn Gary. Looking forward to getting LVN back.
Colby Wooden played 48 total snaps.
Way too much. That's way too much.
Nazir Stackhouse had 14. Carl Brooks had 30 or 37.
Who is second in pressures, by the way, on the team.
Yeah, Warren had 6. Okay, they got to play Warren more. Devontae Wyatt only had 34 snaps.
Which I get that because he's
still coming back from dealing with the injury, but you can't have, all due respect to Carl Brooks, you cannot have Carl Brooks playing that many snaps for you.
I will say this though, he did well.
Yeah.
He did do well. Like, I will say that. I mean, Baron Sorrell, I know Baron Sorrell played 12 snaps. I thought he had a good game. Quay Walker.
He got hurt. He had the stinger. Left the
He got
game.
a stinger. Then Tyron
So-
Hopper comes in again, plays 12 snaps, and looks good every single snap. Like, am I?
You
I don't
gotta
get it.
play him over McDuffie. McDuffie just, like, I get he might be one of half these guys because he coached him at BC and now he's coaching him here, but Hopper's just faster. Like,
McDuffie can't do anything in coverage.
no,
Anything at all.
it's so bad that he's out there in pass coverage. Like, I don't think our linebackers do have issues with just dropping to depth in general,
Yes.
but also
yeah.
it's that problem was exacerbated by McDuffie.
Absolutely. Especially when you're running 3 linebackers.
It almost looks like he's like running in concrete sometimes, or he's got like cinder blocks for feet.
And it's worse than last year. Like, it's noticeably worse than last year. I'm glad to see Tyron Hopper, because everybody was quick to write him off as a bust. And this is what year? Is this year 2 for him? I think this is year 2 for him,
Year
right?
2 for Hopper. Year 2 for Hop. Yeah. I do. One defensive player I do want to shout out real quick, who wasn't the guy I picked, but I do think had a great game, was Javon Bullard.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
He's
Believe me.
finally settling into the nickel position, like he did in Georgia when he played the star, and he's comfortable in coverage now. He's so good around the line of scrimmage.
He nailed
He's the
dude.
nickel going forward.
Yeah, he is the nickel. And I'm glad they just said, hey, be the nickel, stay the nickel, do that.
They rotate him in at safety next to like X a couple times, but that doesn't really go well. But it's better when he is just solely the nickel.
Solely the nickel. Yeah. Yeah. And like I know there he still has some questionable time in man coverage, but even that's gotten progressively better, I think. It's light years above what he was last year, and it's especially it's way better than Keyshawn Nixon. And I know there's some people out there who say that Javon Bullard is basically
When Javon Bullard had that pass breakup in the end zone there, that was really good. The way he carried that route he followed the motion across the field and then carried the route, which I believe was a wheel route, Texas route.
yes.
I can't remember
Pretty
So
sure, yeah.
those are the routes that are really hard to cover, man to man, and he was able to do that.
Yeah, I definitely love seeing Javon Bullard come into his own. I mean, Carrington Valentine, like I said this, he was
can't
never
take
really
him off the field, man.
you can't,
just
no.
can't.
He was never really a ball hawk guy, which is evident.
Yeah.
Like it is. But hey, you throw at him, he's gonna get legit pass breakups, unlike Keyshawn Nixon's on like wide receiver 4. Which Keyshawn Nixon got. I know Keyshawn Nixon has a really high PFF grade this week, but that's just because of his TFLs.
Does he have a
to be honest?
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're
Like,
not
they gave
rooting
a-
for like the guy to fail, but like,
I don't agree. I don't agree with everything PFF has, especially when it doesn't fit my agenda.
Oh God, yeah, he's 84.5, but still, it felt like
Yeah.
he was getting picked on a lot.
It did, and I felt like Isaiah Hodges pretty much ate him up.
Yeah. Also, he can't tackle running backs apparently.
Or tight ends.
Like he hit Singletary behind the line, and then Singletary like dragged him forward for like 2 to 3 yards before Nixon could spin him down.
Well, then he had a really good TFL in the backfield, but then he decided to Beyblade it and spin around in a circle like a ballerina, and then it gave him an
Yeah.
extra 5 yards. Like, what are you doing? And then I'd also say, dude, Evan Williams. Like, I think you and I both thought that he was starting the year off a little slow. Like, I felt he was, and I was like, is Evan Williams okay?
Well, he had a pick in the first game. I don't know, like
That is true. But, like, I felt like there was a stretch there where I'm like, Evan Williams, I don't know what's going on with him. But I think these last, like, couple of games especially, Evan Williams, dude, one of the most underrated safeties in the NFL right now.
oh, definitely.
Realistically, I think Evan Williams is a top 10 safety, and he's underrated.
The way that these
Like-
past couple of weeks he's been coming downhill and playing the run has been insane to watch. The way he can like from the third level actually. From the third level, he'll see the gap in the run play and he'll just fly right to it.
And then Edrin Cooper, man, he had one pretty obvious missed tackle, but like,
It felt
outside
like
of
that's
that-
been an issue with him this year though. Missed tackles.
yeah, I think he just overshoots a little bit too much every once in a while. He pulls a Quay.
Yeah.
it.
He's pulling the quay, he's overshooting. But also it feels like a lot, I don't know what it was, but this game particularly, it felt like our D linemen and linebackers were just hitting people with their arms and hoping that would be enough.
Yeah, he tackled that. And that was that one tackle that Cooper did
Yeah.
miss. He tackled way too high. I said it when it happened. Like, no, Cooper, don't tackle that high.
Yeah, and Brooks too a couple times would get to the backfield and like be able to get to the running back, but would just throw his arm out and hit the running back and hope that would be enough to like kind of stop him and slow him down at least. And I think for Warren's play, like he broke into the backfield and then just got pushed off his spot a bit by the guard that was behind him.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Again, lucky number 27. Packers scored. I think they were like 4 for 4 in the red zone.
It felt that way for sure if they weren't.
Yeah. And Matt LaFleur, I think, focused on his demon of second and long. And I definitely saw a lot better play calls there. I mean, there were very few. Because what was it? I think we were 7 for 11 on third downs. And I felt like a lot of the third downs were a lot more manageable.
I agree.
What are you kind of thinking? Like, obviously we're switching here. We're going on this NFC North stretch where we play the Vikings, the Lions on Thanksgiving. And then we play the Bears, who are leading the division.
Yeah, it feels weird. Hey, there was another time they were leading the division, and I think we beat them. So
true.
that
is true. Super Bowl
in the
run?
playoffs, actually. Wait, hold on.
That was
they were
actually our
leading the-
Super Bowl run.
That was the Super. Hey,
It
hey,
was.
history's repeating itself.
No, you know what's crazy? So if the Packers, I know like people don't know if Marshawn Lloyd's a real person. He is. Marshawn
Yeah.
Lloyd is a real person, and there is Matt LaFleur said he could get activated this week.
Okay.
That happened with James Starks on our Super Bowl run in the same month.
Yeah.
We activated a running back off of IR
Mm-hmm.
in November, in like the final, like the second to last week, and we acted on our Super Bowl run. So it's weird. It's just weird how that's all working out. But I would like to see Marshawn Lloyd back.
Then one more thing too, though. People are gonna hate it when Nazir Stackhouse gets a thick 6 in the playoffs, the same way that BJ Raji would or did.
That would be awesome.
That would be
That would
so
be-
funny.
That would be the best thing. Yeah, the PTSD people would have. They'd be like, "No, not again! It's happening."
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get there when we get there. We'll talk about the Vikings, like I said, on Friday. A short week, so we'll talk about the Lions, Thanksgiving here. And then the Bears, cap it all off, the NFC North run before we take on the Broncos. I'd say, like, again, areas to clean up. Just put them on the jugs machine, all week, the
Yeah.
wide receivers. It's just have them
Remember
do
that
that.
drill that they used to do back in camp?
Oh, yeah.
Way back when they would throw the ball through people's hands and like the receiver would catch it at the end, like through traffic.
Yeah, that one.
Bring that
too.
back. Do that again.
And then I would say Hafley definitely needs a boost to the run defense, because I really don't want to get gashed here moving forward. I think Matt LaFleur should keep the play consistency. Like I like the way he called the game. He kept the screen, like, I don't hate screen passes, but he did them appropriately.
Yeah.
Set up the one screenplay with Josh Jacobs was perfectly timed. It was set up perfectly. Matt LaFleur was definitely a lot more unpredictable this game. And he put the ball in Jordan Love's hands, and Jordan Love delivered. Like, Jordan Love, and I know you said he's a top 10 quarterback. I've been pretty adamant that he's a top 5 quarterback. And when it comes to where he's at, like when it comes to like clutch drives, I think it's a minimum of like 20 clutch drives. He's up there with Drew Brees and Tom Brady in terms of clutch drives ending in scores. So do with that
Yeah.
information as you will. Like, I'm just saying. Everybody wants to hate on Jordan Love and say he's a game manager and a mediocre quarterback, but every single statistic, I watch the plays I watch. I think Jordan Love is a top 5 quarterback right now in this league. And everybody can hate us for it. I look forward to talking about an NFC North team for once, especially a struggling one,
Yeah.
and the gauntlet here coming up. But until next time, that's all.
To Packers fans coast to coast, thanks for going beyond the frozen tundra. We appreciate you tuning in. And as always, go Pack Go!